Hello everyone, I'm Jan de Vries, your low-code host, and here's what's new in Studio Pro 9.7. We'll cover MxAssist Logic Bot updates, cover 3 new data-intensive widgets, new delete behavior in offline apps, and a range of new options for company onboarding. Let's get started with the Logic Bot updates.
I'm happy to let you know that a new version of MxAssist Logic Bot is now available. The Logic Bot gives you a real-time and context-driven list of next most relevant actions when you are modeling your market flow based on the already designed application logic, historical patterns, and other context-related information. Since its launch, hundreds of Mendix developers use the Logic Bot on a regular basis in their market flow modeling, and around 400,000 market flow actions have been created using the Logic Bot recommendations. This latest update adds major improvements in all 3 components of the product: the machine learning model, the user interface, and the performance. My colleagues Yevgen and Pavel are going to show you some highlights of the new version.
The AI model has been now retrained with a fresh and substantially bigger dataset, containing more than 100 million training samples generated from more than 800,000 microflows. More context-related features, new microflow action properties, and longer sequences were added to the AI model. These have doubled the number of hyperparameters of the model and improved the AI recommendation accuracy of the next 5 best microflow actions to 98%, meaning in almost all cases, the next microflow action is definitely in the Logic Bot top 5 suggestions. We are curious to see how you will experience the new Logic Bot recommendations.
It's not just about a good recommendation model. The user experience is equivalently important. Since its launch, we received valuable feedback to improve the recommendation user interface and performance. We have redesigned the Logic Bot's user interface to make the user experience smoother and more intuitive. Logic Bot indicators are now simpler and smaller, resulting in lower time to click response and latency and less overlaps. Overlap of the Logic Bot indicator with arrows, objects, and labels is minimized. Logic Bot is added to the click tag context menu. The action anchor prioritized over the Logic Bot indicators. Logic Bot ghost indicator connection points are not overlapping by placing it in the right position in different scenarios. An on and off toggle is added to the microflow editor. On top of that, performance on both the front and back end has been improved. The user interface responsiveness and interaction is faster thanks to several optimizations that reduce server calls by 92% and user CPU usage by 35% on average. And finally, the Logic Bot microservice is also deployed in more regions to reduce network latency. If you have not used the new version of the MxAssist Logic Bot yet, log into the platform and give it a try. Let us know what you think. Your feedback is often the basis of our next iteration.
Next level front-end and data-intensive widgets, one of the big announcements from Mendix World Keynote. The first of those widgets that you can start using today is the Gallery widget. The widget provides a new responsive grid design, flexible sizing for all your device types, universal filtering, paging, empty placeholders, and more. Everything you'd expect from a fully customizable Gallery widget. You can find it today in our Data Widgets module at marketplace.mendix.com. We can't wait to see what we'll make.
The second data-intensive widget that we're introducing is the Treeview, which you can find in the all-new Data Widget modules and can be used to create tree-like user interfaces. Featuring a fully composable design that can contain any widgets from the Mendix toolbox, with options to animate and customize the open and close icon. This is the first in the line of tree-style widgets that we'll be releasing, so please keep an eye out for future releases if trees are your thing.
Moving on from trees, let's talk about pies, specifically the new pie chart widget for natives. A simple but powerful chart, often used to show a percentage breakdown of data. It's a great addition to the native toolbox. Offering 2 presentation modes, pie and donut chart, compatibility with Atlas, and a dark mode rendering, this new chart really comes baked out of the Studio Pro oven. Perfect for bringing a new level of charting to your native app.
In addition to the new widgets, you can now delete objects in native mobile apps and offline-first progressive web apps. You can do this with the delete objects activity in nanoflows or the delete client action on your app's pages. After you synchronize, the objects will be also removed on the runtime.
We're introducing a way for your IT team to set up a Mendix knowledge base for makers at your company. This will be the place to keep the company guidelines, manuals, videos, or any other material that would help users understand your company's way of working on the platform. and enable them to get started quicker and with less hassle. The company onboarding page is easy to use and highly configurable. You can edit it, work on drafts, and preview the page before publishing to your company's user base. If you have configured your company brand in a control center, then you can use it on the page as well. Once published, the page will be the place where new users land after signing up, and is also accessible through the Getting Started with Mendix link in the question mark menu of the main navigation. Your IT team can also customize the onboarding email that new users of your domain receive when they join the Mendix platform. You can test out the feature and save drafts before publishing. Want to start setting up your company onboarding? Just click the onboarding item in the control center and you're ready to go.
And that brings us to the end of this What's New video. Download Studio Pro 9.7 at marketplace.mendix.com and go to docs.mendix.com for the release notes to learn more about these new features, improvements, and fixes. I'm Jan de Vries, your low-code host. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.